Marvin, disappointing outcome in the end, but plenty to be pleased with, particularly in the first half.
Yeah, I thought first half we were outstanding. We've had energy. We put some great balls in good areas down the side of them. We isolated them 1v1. If I'm honest, the first half was pretty much like a typical 21s game for the obviously people that don't see us on a weekly basis. Dominate the ball, dominate possession, win our 1v1 battles, but we just lacked quality in the final third. They had one shot, I think, in the first half, and they score, and that's the difference. And whilst we did have, as I said, a lot of territory on the ball and dominated our opposition, we just didn't, we didn't do enough in the final third, and ultimately that's what's cost us.
A couple of half chances in the first 10 minutes, but nothing really after. So to really trouble their keeper after that.
Yeah, I think we got the ball wide well. We got some crosses in, and we had some good territory in and around their box, but just couldn't quite get a shot off. Listen, they're a men's team. They made some great blocks. Again, I think we could have showed a little bit more composure. Could have probably showed a little bit more in terms of putting our foot on the ball and making a better decision. But listen, that's why they're at this level now. If they had that bit of quality in terms of consistently, they probably wouldn't be here with us. But as I said, I still think we had enough and probably did deserve a bit more in the first half. But you have to earn your luck. And probably in the first half, whilst we did dominate, as I said, we didn't do enough to get ourselves a goal.
In the second half, they found it a bit more hard going.
Yeah, like you just said then, Tony, it was men v boys more in the second half. I said to them at half time, I think if we continue to keep doing the right things, keep matching their energy and probably pushing more in terms of the energy side of things, we would have possibly eventually gone and got ourselves a goal. I think the disappointing thing for me is, and I say to my 10-year-old boy on a Sunday at times, when you go 1-0 down, son, you're still going to get a chance to go and get yourself a goal and get yourself maybe a win in the game. Sometimes with these boys, because they're not often used to losing or going 1-0 down in 21's level, when it happens today, second half in particular, you could see it was more, some of them were looking like they just wanted the game to finish, kind of just fizzled out. Again, didn't have any real quality in the second half. In the final third, crosses were mishit, people overrunning things, and to be fair to Chertsey, they did exactly what you would expect from a first team. They got free kicks in good areas where it slowed the game down. We were naive, given away silly free kicks in silly areas. Back four looked a little bit more disjointed in the second half. And as I said, Chertsey, it was meant to be boys. They played with their experience and played with their heads. We played a little bit more erratic, and we kind of went away from our game and played into their hands, went a bit more long ball, and it suited them.
And yet still only one down in the last minute, and that free kick on the corner of the penalty area gave us an opportunity.
Yeah, well, I said to him, even at the fact that we didn't play our best at all in the second half, we still stayed in the game. Great save by Christian, who puts one on the bar. They picked the post. Yes, we rode our luck. You go and get yourself in the final third, last minute. You want a bit of delivery, a bit of quality, I should say, on the delivery. Again, JP puts in a floated cross, and it just kind of fizzles out again. And it just sort of was the story of the game, just a bit flat. And just keep saying it, just like that quality, and that was a disappointment for me with them boys in there. Is that first team level, you've got to now be able to take that chance. You might only get two. You might only get one. You might only, whatever it might be. I think with these boys, where they're used to playing 21s football, and they might get 4 or 5 chances, and eventually it will open up. Today with men, you don't get that, and when chances did come, we just didn't do enough.
But it's all a learning experience, and they'll benefit from it, I guess. Hugely.
I think they've still gone up against Chertsey. Whilst they had 3 or 4 missing from the first team, they're still a good, strong men's team that's top of their table. So from that perspective, we're playing a side that's top of the table, wins games obviously regularly, and that experience of playing against a first team who are going to do things like go down easy, win free kicks, and I think that is part of the modern game now, and that's what you're going to come up against. Those experiences they have to come up with. So when they do go into the first team level, hopefully, whether it's in Sutton's first team or whether it's somewhere else, their understanding of that level of game and that level of game management needs to be a bit better from our end. But also character. Show a little bit of grit. I wanted them to show a little bit of, I'm going to be the one that makes a difference tonight. And I just think too many of them didn't have that. It was just a bit like, okay, well, as I said, let's just kind of get through this game, and hopefully if we win, if not, we've done okay.
But must still be pleased overall with the way things have gone. Bradley getting the first team, Jude and Crossley.
Yeah.
So in the first team squad, it's been a good year for the academy side so far.
Definitely. That's what I wrapped up with it in there with them. I didn't want it to. Whilst I did say a few things that I thought was disappointed, ultimately the bigger picture is that team has been superb. All right, as I said, people that haven't seen them on a Saturday, for the last 18 months, that team every day in training, they train hard. They play against sides who really want to beat them, and they have to deal with that sort of mental toughness to be able to keep winning constantly, because we are a cup final for a lot of teams at our level. and ultimately we've produced 3 players in the last 6-7 weeks. So my job's going very well. I think we're doing a great job as staff in the academy. Them boys are doing themselves credit and getting recognition for that. So it's been a great 2018, and hopefully it's another great 2019, and we go in the right direction, and we are. And long may it continue.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.
All right, cheers, Tony.
Cheers.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.